Hello St John's family, I hope you're all safe and well. I'm missing work very much, missing school, missing everybody. I'm just out at the park with my children for our daily bike ride. We've had a few bumps and scuffs today. It has actually got me thinking that the children should do some basic first aid. And I've been trying to teach them how to look after themselves if they have an accident, or looking after the grown-ups that are around them that might have an accident. So I've asked my sister Joanna, who is a paramedic, to make a first aid video for me. And she has taken her very busy time to make one for us. And she's going to be doing some short videos where she can teach us some first aid. So here it is. Look out for my budding actress niece and their very concerned dog.
I'm a paramedic with the London Ambulance Service. This morning I'm going to teach you what to do if you find someone in your family or a friend laying on the floor and unconscious. Unconscious means that you can't wake them up. Let's pretend we're at home and we go upstairs into one of the bedrooms. This is my daughter Gemma. We're going to pretend that she's lying on the floor, and I'm surprised to find her on this floor. Even the dog's thinking, why are you lying on the floor? This is strange. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to check for danger. I know it sounds silly at home, but has she slipped on a wet patch and banged her head? Has she fallen over because there's something that's on the floor she's tripped over? Has she had an electric shock? Now I've found Gemma on the ground. What I need to do is I need to check for a response. That means I need to really check and see if she is not able to be woken. Gemma, can you hear me? Gemma, can you hear me? So I'm just shaking her shoulders to see if I can get a response. I'm having no response. She's not awake. I can pinch her ear. Gemma, can you hear me? Gemma, can you hear me? Still not getting any response. She still seems to be asleep. Once I've decided that there's no response, that's something to really worry about, and I need some help. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to shout for help. Mum, can you come and help me? Something's wrong with Gemma. If you're at home on your own, then you need to find a mobile phone and call 999. If there are other people with you, get them to call 999. We've checked to see if we could get a response from the person. We've shouted for help, and now we're going to check and see if the patient's got a clear airway and is breathing. I'll show you how to do that. We need to make sure that the patient hasn't got anything in their mouth that they might have choked on. So we're just going to have a little look inside the mouth. Should be quite easy to open the mouth and have a look. We're going to put our ear next to the patient's mouth, and we're going to look across their tummy and listen for breathing. Look for their tummy going up and down. And feel and see if we can feel any breaths on our face. We do that for 10 seconds. So just to recap what we've done so far, I've come into the bedroom and I found my daughter Gemma laying on the floor. She seems to be unconscious. So I've checked for any danger. I've checked for a response and she's not waking up. I've shouted for some help. And I've checked that her airway is clear, and I've checked that she's breathing. Now, while we're waiting for an ambulance to come, I need to make sure that she's kept safe. And most importantly, I need to make sure that her airway remains clear. If her airway becomes blocked with anything like spit or vomit or blood, then there's a risk that the fluid in her mouth goes down into her lungs and she finds it hard to breathe. What we need to do is we need to protect their airway. How we do that is we use something called the recovery position. While you're waiting for the ambulance to come, it's really important that you keep checking the patient's breathing. there's any change to the patient's breathing, you need to call 999 again and update the situation. The recovery position is very easy to do. It also means that kids can do it on adults. So Gemma's going to demonstrate.
Okay, so you pull this hand over towards hip, which is the radiator side. Then put this hand to the side of your head.
Make sure my airway's up.
Put your head like this. Lift up this knee into this knee into a triangle, and then gently pull this knee like a lever over to the side, so all of the vomit, blood and saliva, which is basically spit,
What about my leg?
goes to the side, and then you put it back, leg back in a triangle shape,
What about my head?
like so. Pull back your head. Pull back.
Thank you for watching today's first aid video. I hope you find it useful. It's a very important skill to have, and stay safe and stay well.